CEO Suitcase Designs, creator of Voyago Sites, and this is another Voyago Sites office hours. We are broadcasting, streaming live to YouTube and through Riverside. So if you're on here and have any questions throughout demonstrations, go ahead and toss them in the chat. I'm happy to demonstrate anything for you as we work through, updating a Voyago site and seeing how easy it is for you to do. So if you're new here and don't have a Voyago site and you're just wondering what this is, it's basically a structured DIY tool for travel advisors, supported by Suitcase Designs. We help design the frameworks that you're going to be using. We built an in-depth help library with step-by-step instructions for you to be able to customize your Voyago site any way you want to. And then also we have service tickets where you can enter a service ticket. We can help you fix any issues you might have, or we can demonstrate it live here on the office hours if it's something that you would be better seen live like this. Some people, the visual helps them to walk through the steps that way. And then when we have those, we'll add them to the help library as well. If we find that's going to be helpful for everybody. So if you don't have a Voyago site, you come to voyagosites.com and you can see that you can get your Voyago site here. It is $35 per month if it's billed yearly, or $39 per month billed monthly. You can cancel that at any time. There are no setup fees. If you cancel, you have till the end of your subscription for your site to be live. So if you buy yearly and you cancel somewhere in mid, so you're not going to renew at the end of the year, your site will stay live at least through that last portion of the year that you've already purchased. So if you're ready, you go to Get My Voyago Site, any one of those great call to action buttons across the site here. And I'm already logged in. So you put your name, your username and the password you want to use, your site title. So if you want to just call your site Justin's Travel, and it's going to give you this temporary URL to use, justinstravel.voyagosites.com. What that URL is that's a live URL that you can use to direct people to your site. But you can also go get a custom domain of your own. So I could get like justinstravel.com, and we can add that domain to your site. So that's the main domain of your site as well, going forward. So you have that option to do that, but right off the bat, you get this URL that's custom to you and your site title. You'll pick your template. So we've got 3 to choose from right now. They are all optimized for desktop, tablet, mobile. So you can go through here and see the different screen sizes that it's ready to go for them. Nobody's phone is that large, but you get the idea. It'd be a little bit more like that because the phone's screens are not stretched out, but they're optimized and ready to go for whichever screen size your clients will be using to look at your site. We've got different layouts, but they're all a persuasive page format that's really intended to help guide your clients from just visiting to booking a consultation with you. They're all easily customized, colors, logos, the text, the copywriting, to fit your brand and talk to your ideal client. We even have in our help library prompts to help you. If you want to use ChatGPT to help you write the text, prompts that'll help you do that. It helps you fill in who your ideal client is, what your brand voice is, what types of travel you service, whether that's like, going to Disney or a European vacation or something like that. We want to make sure that you're able to get that kind of text back out when you're going back and forth with your AI tool. So we're helping you there as well. And like I said, there's 3 different templates for you to choose from, all easily customizable. And again, this is pretty powerful. This is built on WordPress and we use Elementor Pro. So you'd select your template, you'd select yearly or monthly, and then choose, put a blue line around this box that says you want the monthly or yearly, because that way it'll fill out in the actual invoice here. And then you'll be redirected to Stripe to complete the purchase. But I'm going to log out of this profile. I'm going to log into a Voyago site I've got set up already. So that's it, but I'm going to actually go into it. There, the login. All right, so you log in and you come to your dashboard after you logged into your site. And your dashboard shows you things like what plan, your current plan you're on, access here to the help library, and to submit a service ticket. If anybody's submitted any forms for your site, any contact forms, you'll see that right there. It'll say, so I've got 0 of 1 recently. And I can click on that and go look at the entries. And that's just a nonsense entry I put in there to test. And you can view it over here under the actions and see, what the message was that was sent to me. Let's go back to that dashboard. You can see the dashboard up in the left-hand corner here. It says limits and quotas. We don't currently have any limits on the pages and posts that you want to put in your site. That's up to you. Your domain right now, it shows me my primary domain is moonshottravel.voyagosites.com. After I build out the site, I can put my actual, custom domain moonshottravel.com onto this site. And that's what will bring people to the site. You can see a small snapshot of your analytics here and open the dashboard for analytics right there. And you can see the traffic to your site. And this has got a lot of different things going on in here. You're going to be able to actually, this plugin has an update that just came out today. And it's going to start tracking the user journey through your site, which is excellent. What that means is you can see if they go to your homepage, where do they go next? They go to your about page. Do they go to your blog? Are they going to your services? Really see where they go through your site and what clicks they're making. And it helps you decide, is the content really pulling them forward throughout the site the way you intend it to? So that's a great extra thing that's going to be added here to the analytics dashboard in this week, actually, because that update just came out today. It'll tell you, pages. Today's most popular page was the 404 page that you just saw me go there. I need to go settings here and block my IP address. So I want to ignore this IP address, save that, and it's going to ignore me. It'll ignore me if I was logged in already, but since I wasn't logged in, it tracked me as someone visiting the site. So I want to ignore my own IP address. So again, if you're doing that in your analytics, I should slow that down and tell you. You go to settings under your analytics menu here, scroll down, and it says ignore IP addresses. And right now it says my IP address is ignored. So let me remove that, save that. Now scroll down. At first it'll say this, your IP address is not ignored. That means the address from this computer right now is not ignored. And so every time I make a visit to my site when I'm not logged in, it's going to track that as a visit. So I don't want to get confused as to who's visiting from my own house. I'm going to ignore that IP address and save it. And so now, anytime anybody comes from here to my site not logged in, it's not going to track it on the analytics, so it doesn't get double counted against actual visitors to my site. But through here, you're going to be able to see how your blog posts are performing, the top landing pages on your site. Where do people mostly come first? Usually, that's going to be your homepage. Sometimes it'll be blog posts. You can see search engine traffic if they're coming from Google or, if they're coming any search engine, DuckDuckGo, whatever. Social media traffic, if they're coming from Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, wherever. The fastest growing refers. So if you just started an ad campaign and you'd want to say on Facebook, you'd want to see Facebook become one of your fastest growing refers because you're investing money into that in time and you want to see that result. And then you can see over the last 7 days, you can see what cities people are visiting you from. This is Colorado Springs because that's where I am right now. I'm the only one visiting myself. So really the analytics is a helpful tool once you have your site up and running to really see how it's performing, how people are using your site, where they're coming from. You know, is your marketing working? Is your email marketing, your social media marketing, is it working for you? The tactics you're using, the analytics is going to tell you a lot. That's all built into this. It's Independent Analytics Pro. It's part of the system here on Voyago sites, and you're able to use it. This is a powerful, you'd have to pay for this if you were building this yourself as an extra add-on. Another thing we use, if you see over here, Elementor, we use Elementor Pro. And again, Elementor is free, but Elementor Pro is an extra add-on that makes it even more powerful, that you would have to, again, pay as an extra license if you wanted to build this all yourself. It's included in Voyago sites. Having us all together, we have the ability to use the license across all the sites, and that allows us, that pool helps bring the price down for everybody. And so you get access to something maybe you normally wouldn't have access to. So that's really awesome. Other things down here on the left side, Yoast SEO is important to understand. Each page, you're going to be able to fill out SEO for your website. So it'll have first time configuration here when you first set it up. So like I'd want to continue here. Site representation, it's got Moonshot Travel already in there. I've already done this a little bit. Save that, continue. Put in your social media profiles, and all this stuff helps your SEO. Go up here to pages on the left-hand side, and you're going to be able to edit SEO by page. So if you hover over one of these pages and click the edit button, not edit with Elementor, but edit, and you're going to be able to see the SEO box right here, Yoast SEO, focus key phrase, family vacations. I'm not even sure what my headline is on the page, but you want to, actually that might be my headline on the page. I'm going to go take a look real quick. So yeah, relaxing family vacations to Bermuda. So maybe a focus key phrase could be family vacations to Bermuda. And so my SEO just went from red to orange. So SEO analysis is okay. And green makes it even better. Green says good. So it's even better than okay. Red is needs work. And then this meta description, you want to tell them what's going on this homepage, learn all about how to take your family on vacation to Bermuda with Moonshot Travel. What that's doing is that shows you right here in this box, this says desktop result, mobile result. It is showing you how you're going to appear in search. That meta description right here that I just typed in, that goes right here. And it doesn't do so much for like keywords in there as far as popping your SEO. What that does is it helps clickability. Someone sees your result, they see the meta description and say, oh, I want to know more about that, and they'll click on it. That's what that helps. So you really want to think about filling out your meta descriptions throughout the website, because you can do this for every page and every post, every blog post you have. So I'm going to go back over here on the left. It says posts. We're going to click on that. You can see blog posts. Same thing. Click edit. Now this is where you're going to write your blog posts. Gibberish in here. I was just kind of showing. Bermuda vacation packages, focus key phrase. And then again, you want to write your meta description in there. And this is for the blog post. And again, this is going to help you be more discoverable and more clickable on search engines like Google. So I'm going to go up in the left-hand corner. We're going to go back again, click on my logo there. It's going to take me back out to my dashboard area, my the back end of the website. And I want to go to media next. I want to show you that. The media library, you're able to, you can add media files while you're actually working on the site, or if you already know, okay, I have all these pictures I want to add, you can go right here and click add media file at the top, select the files, and then you can, well, you can't see my pop-up for the file browser, but you can go into your photos and just, copy all the ones in you want to copy. So I'm going to do some of that here real quick. So you can see it upload. Just click on some of these. You're gonna see some Country Bears upload here, Country Bear Jamboree, when we went to Disney World this past fall. But you can select them and upload them that way, or while we're actually in the site editing, you can upload photos during that process as well. If you want to upload it one by one for each section that you're choosing for. So I'm going to let these finish uploading real quick. And I love the Country Bear Jamboree, by the way. Like they updated the show. It's really fun. So if you're ever in Disney World, make sure you stop by it. So I've got these great new photos. Like you can click on them, see what they are. This AI image SEO by ShortPixel. See how it says optimizing, waiting for results? Because it is optimizing. We have ShortPixel installed, which is an image optimizer, and that is optimizing all your photos for the web. So it's been successfully optimized, which what that means, it is compress the photo to a smaller size without actually making the dimensions smaller. So it's still 1440 by 2560, but the file size got smaller. So that's what you want, is a smaller file size with a big photo. So it doesn't lose any of the resolution. Excuse me. And it'll still look great on your site, because you want lots of resolution for these travel pictures. And right here it says AI image SEO by ShortPixel. Click on that. And it just tossed it into the queue to request SEO data. Now I've got SEO. I've got alt text, caption, description. All that is searchable when someone's searching like Google Images. So that really helps you out there. So same thing. I'm going to click it again. So now I've got SEO on that image. So let me go through like this image of the castle. I don't think I've got something on there already, but that's not enough SEO. I want everything filled out. I'm going to click that, and it's going to fill the rest of it out for me. There we go. So now I've got more description. I've got a caption, and all that really helps you out all across the board. So I want you to think of that for SEO. Every one of your images should have this information on there. If you go under settings over on the left-hand side of the screen, that menu, and go down to ShortPixel, that is the image. This is the tool that's compressing all those images. So if we go to AI image SEO, that generate image SEO data on upload, turn that on and save. So we just turned that on and saved it. We're going to go back to media. So you can see this one doesn't have it on there. We uploaded it before. I'm going to add one more media file just so we can watch it. So we can see it add the information to the photo while it uploads. So let me grab Great one. We're just in Disneyland too. So here's Radiator Springs. Click on that. And it's processing. It says it's waiting to be processed. So we've got to wait a little bit. But with that process, it should fill out the SEO as well because we just turned that on. But yeah, that's Radiator Springs at Christmas time. So you can already see request for image SEO data sent to ShortPixel. I didn't touch the button. That all just filled out automatically now on my stuff because we turned on the AI image SEO upload. So I think everybody should want to do that. Caption, enjoy a festive evening at Radiator Springs with neon lights, holiday decorations, and visitors exploring the themed attraction. Description, this vibrant image captures visitors at Radiator Springs and Disney California Adventure with neon signs, holiday decor, and the mountainous backdrop creating an immersive experience. Alternative text, the alt text, colorful nighttime scene at Radiator Springs featuring neon signs and themed architecture from Disney California Adventure. All that is important to SEO. All that is searchable now. And this picture will be able to be found on the internet with keywords like that. And if the picture is able to be found, your website's able to be found. So speaking of the website, we're going to go to the pages and we're going to take a look at how to edit pages, how to get these photos in there. So I'm going to go to all pages and choose a page to edit. I've got a Disney page I'd already built. So I'm going to go click edit with Elementor. And by built it, I mean, I just duplicated one of the other pages. We did that in one of the other office hours. So Disney Vacations, pretty simple. I wanted to make, this right now isn't in my menu. So that's a problem. I want that Disney Vacation page in my menu. I've got my cruises page in there. So first, let's think about how to add it to the menu. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to click the E on the top left-hand side, exit to WordPress. I'm going to click my logo up the top left-hand side to go to the menus out here. Over on Appearance, that's where they bury the menus in WordPress. So hover on Appearance and see menu right there. Click on that. And this is my header menu. You can select, I've got a header, a footer, and a legal menu. And every one of your sites has the same thing set up. So that's the header menu. If I click on footer and click select, you can see what's in there. And then legal, click select, and you can see those are my legal pages that I have ready for your text from your legal, from Travel Industry Solutions or your lawyer, whoever you've chosen to use. So I wanted to add Disney to my header menu, select header, and I go over here to most recent or view all. There's my Disney. I'm going to add to menu, and then I can drag it and put it where I want. So I want it before cruises. And maybe, this is overkill. I don't need the services page anymore because I'm going to split it out between Disney's and cruises. Drop down that service arrow right there and click remove. Save that menu. Now we're going to go look. I've got a live site open on this other tab. So this is what it was before, about services, cruises, blog. Let's refresh it. About Disney cruises blog. So now obviously it conflicts with my headline to Bermuda, but you get the idea of how we can update that menu to be exactly what you want. It doesn't have to be the default, what we've already built. You can change the names of your pages. The default services page that's in every site, you can change that. Maybe you don't want to go in depth on every service you do, but you want to make it one page on Disney or cruises or Hawaii or whatever. You can change the name of the page. I'll show you how to do that. Go over to pages and the services page, see where it says quick edit under the stuff that pops up underneath it, quick edit. And so I want to change that to Hawaii and the slug to Hawaii. The slug is the end of the URL. So moonshottravel.com/Hawaii would bring them to this page. And then just click update to save that. So now that page is my Hawaii page. If I want to add that back to the menu, go to Appearance, Menus. I've made another page for Hawaii June 26th because I was going to make a group trip page. But this Hawaii page I want to add to the menu. So I'll just add that. I'm on the header menu still. And we'll just toss that in there and save the menu. I'm going to refresh this other page so you can see how it pops right into the menu for you. And then you can click on it. And obviously that used to be my services page. If I want to rename the header there, you can see how everything's, currently laid out. They're all currently laid out because I copied the services page over and over for this. So they're all currently laid out in that back and forth zigzag setup, which is good. I mean, that's how people scan your website, is in a Z kind of pattern. So let's go to Pages, All Pages, and we'll choose that home page to edit. Hover over Edit with Elementor. Click on that because that's the editor. The Edit button gets you into the back end of the page where you can do your SEO, but Edit with Elementor is the actual on-screen design editor. There we go. So, relaxing family vacations to Bermuda, kind of not what I'm selling right now. So, relaxing family vacations. Just relaxing family vacations. Let's keep it simple on that headline. We plan vacations for families too busy to do it themselves. Keeping that simple too. So basically, you want to, in your headline, in your hero section, you don't want to repeat like, welcome to my travel agency, welcome to Moonshot Travel, anything like that. You want to keep this simple in the sense of your headline should be a benefit to the client. Relaxing family vacations. I mean, that's a simple benefit, but you could probably do better when you're workshopping this a little more. But you want it to be something that, what do they get out of your service right off the bat? And you want them to know they're in the right place. I'm a family looking for a vacation. And you want to tell them what you do and who you do it for. We plan vacations for families too busy to do it themselves. Okay, that's connecting with your client, your ideal client. They're going to say, okay, I'm in the right place. How do I get this service? That's where the call to action button comes into play. So there's right off the bat, plan my adventure. You can see plan my adventure and schedule a consultation are different text. I would want those the same text. You want that call to action button to be obvious throughout that that's the next step they're supposed to take. So let's say plan my adventure is what I want to use as my call to action. I need to change the schedule consultation button in the header. So I'm going to hover. First, I'm going to publish my changes to the headlines there. And I'm going to hover over the header and click on that. And then over here over the button, I hover over the button and you can see the pink pencil there, edit button. And now edit button has appeared over on my left-hand side editor screen. And I want to change schedule consultation to plan my adventure. So now they're the same. It's obvious there. That's the next step I'm supposed to take as a visitor to your website. And then publish that so it saves. While you're in your header, your menu is kind of, you can choose header, footer, legal. So that's how you choose your menu. It's already preset the header for you when you start your Voyago site. And then over here is the logo. So your site logo, I might want to change that. Let's say change the site logo, choose the image. I've got another one in here I think I can choose from to mix it up. Yeah. So so you start off with one of our generic logos. It would say like Suitcase Designs Family in this one. And then you want to upload and choose your logo. So I've uploaded a different logo, and you also want to upload a favicon. So again, it starts out with this generic Suitcase Designs one I have. I want the one that's part of my logo. Select that. And now I save these changes. And I go back to editor. And now for the logo, you actually have to refresh the whole page, even after it goes back to the editor, when you want to see the logo change on screen here. So right now you're seeing my old logo, but we're going to refresh the whole page. And you're going to see the new logo pop up because I have changed it to a different one. See, a quick look. That was the old logo there. New logo here. You want to try and use a logo that is horizontal if you can, because you don't want your header to get, expanded too large because it's sticky on the screen. See, it stays on the screen as they scroll. And you don't want to take up too much real estate. So you can see this one was stacked, but I had it small enough so it didn't make the header, go too large. And I'll just refresh that page and you'll see the new logo there as well. So let's take a look at what we've got here. I've got a nice video in the background right now. So it's Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, it looks like. So if I want to change that video, maybe to photograph or something else, it starts as a photograph when you load a template. It's a photo. So I'm going to click on the 6 dots and edit container. I'm hovering over this whole area and you see that pink tab pop up at the top. Go under style. And so right now I've chosen video, background normal, background type, video, and I have video link, which is from my media library. I've uploaded a video to the media library like we did those photos earlier, and I took the URL from it to paste into here. But under classic, this is what it was at first, is this image. How do I say this? This image, publish this. I think I need to take out the video link. We're going to take that out. So that was a fallback. If your video didn't work, there's a fallback image here. But I want to do this image. Let's say that image. But it's kind of hard to read this text in here right now because of that sunlight. So let's scroll down to background overlay. I recommend using like your text or black for background overlay because it really helps preserve the colors even at shadow. Like if I use a red, it can change the colors. I'm not saying this doesn't work. Some people, that can work for if it's in their brand colors. Like this blue kind of helps. Maybe a darker blue, or we up the opacity. So you can really stylize this any way you want with this background overlay. But if you want to just preserve the colors of the photo, you can go to all black in the lower left-hand corner of the color picker. And then kind of this opacity slider, see what works where you can read the text behind it, read the text over there. And this really helps that you have the white text over an image kind of look there, without making the image look too dark or too off-brand. So if I wanted to make it blue, like you can really do some stuff with this, depending on your brand and what the brand guidelines. I've seen some people that do have colors, like a gradient across every photo, just because that's part of their guidelines for stylization. And you can do that. Let's make this a little darker one. So, well, there's a white, pulled it to white. And then these Gradients. So this is classic. Gradients right next to it on background type when you're under background overlay. And you can, again, adjust the opacity of it. You can adjust the angle of it. Maybe let's up the opacity and see. You want blue on that side and you want more blue because it'll help you read that background better. And now let's lower the opacity until we see what we want to see. I mean, maybe even this is like that. There's a lot of different things you can do here. I mean, just experiment and ask questions. If you don't know, drop a question in our Facebook group. That's facebook.com/groups/VoyagoSites. Drop a question in here, or maybe a service ticket, and we can either answer it right in the group, or a service ticket. I can demonstrate it, a video like this for office hours, and we'll record these live and we post them to YouTube, and I try and post them back in here, as you see in the YouTube or the Facebook group as well. So any of these kind of like tips and tricks for doing something special, and you're like, can this be done? Just ask. Probably can be. You just need someone to help you walk through it. So, and you asking helps everybody else know how to do it too. So that's great. Scroll down your page. We replaced the picture of the container up here. So that was edit container and style and background. But if I want to replace an image, these look, they're not taking up a whole container. Like click on this pink pencil and you can see it's edit image. So it's in content. It's content of that container, of that widget is an image. So I want to choose an image here, and I'll make that one of my country bears. Select. So you can see that country bear. He's a kind of a weird image size for that, but I can, okay. So he was an iPhone image. We want more of that height because we want to get more of him. So you can adjust the height under the style of edit image. You can adjust the width and really, make it so he fits in there within your frame. And I want to make the other one of the other country bears so I'm going to choose the little pink pencil, edit the image, choose an image, and make it our swinging lady. Go to her style, and again, you can edit how that's how that is arranged on the screen as far as how big the image is. So let's publish those. And when I want to view what I've just published, this preview changes here button, it's the eyeball up in the upper left-hand corner. So you can see I've got the blue and, kind of overlay that I put in there. You can see my country bears there that I just put in. These text boxes, same thing. They got a little pink pencil. Click on it. It says edit heading. And that's where you can, travel planning shouldn't feel like a second job or third job. Let's say it's really hard. It shouldn't feel like a second or third job. And then here, click that pink box. It's edit text editor. And so that's, more of a paragraph style. This is all set up with lorem ipsum Latin, placeholder when you first set up your template site, but you're able to change that, and we have instructions in the help library on how to do that. So let's go look at the help library next. So I've got this preview page open. You can see VoyagoSites help library is at the top of that bar. Let's click on it. And it really helps you with everything. So writing your website is a category we want to go to. Let's explore more. And we were doing homepage copy. So we got how to write a high converting homepage and AI prompts for every homepage section. So this is telling you step by step the hero section, what you should be putting in it, the problem section, which is this one, kind of pointing out the problem they're searching for, a travel advisor in the first place. You want to show them that you understand what's frustrating about planning a trip. What is stopping them from doing it themselves? So it's going to build empathy and remind readers why they need professional help. You're not going negative so much as showing them you understand the negatives about this whole process. And then your section 3, this area here, I handle the details, you enjoy the journey. That's your solution section. And what that does is showing how you make it easy for them. You keep it conversational, but you're making yourself the guide of the, you're guiding them to be the hero of their story. You're Obi-Wan or Yoda to Luke Skywalker, if you like Star Wars. He needs help. Luke Skywalker needs help. So he sought out, a mentor. You're the mentor in this journey. You're helping guide them along so they can get the outcome they want. They want a fun vacation. They want the time of their lives. You're going to show them how to get that and make it easy for them. Section 4, your services overview. That's where you just outline, hey, I've got, I take care of all-inclusive resorts, theme park vacations, and cruises. That's what Moonshot Travel focuses on. You can plan anything. I'm planning I'm planning a Mediterranean cruise, so this falls under cruises, but I'm also planning an Italian kind of fit trip right now. And I got that because of referrals, because, you're doing so good on one thing. They refer you to somebody else, says, hey, maybe you can plan this honeymoon. Yeah, I can. But on your website, you want to try and talk to a smaller subset of people because you're going to be able to connect with them better on an emotional level. If you're talking to everybody, you won't connect with anybody. And so nobody will feel like they're in the right spot and need your services. You're going to have less people come through as conversions on your website. And then the next section is benefits. Why these benefits should be, tangible outcomes. What do they get out of it from working with you? So, one of these could be, imagine arriving at your resort, drink in hand, knowing every moment was planned perfectly for you. That could be one of the text boxes here, and then a short headline for that benefit. When we go up here and look at the AI prompts for every homepage section, you can see, how to set up. This tells you how to customize your chat first, to make sure it understands you and your business, and then go through each section one by one, telling you exactly how to fill that out. Like the benefits section, please write 3 short benefits of working with me. Each benefit should include a bold 2 to 4 word heading, followed by a 1 sentence explanation. Focus on transformation, how working with me changes their experience, saves them stress, or adds confidence. Example, stress-free planning. I handle every detail so you can focus on the fun parts. Speak to my ideal client. And really, it's going to help pull those benefits out for your ideal client. We have got prompts like this for every part of your website to help you write it. So we really want to make it easy for you to be able to fill in those holes and not just stare at the page wondering what you should write where. So make sure you take advantage of that. That would be, it's so helpful for you, even if that's your first draft is coming out of ChatGPT, doing that kind of thing, and then you rewrite it later. You just got to get some words on the page first, and that'll really help take you a long way towards home. We're headed up to the end here, so I'm going to start wrapping it up. Again, join our user group, Voyago Sites, on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/Voyago Sites, and ask questions there. I'm happy to help, show you cool things like what we did here with the overlay, the menus, the buttons, whatever you get stuck on or just curious about. Can I design it this way? Probably so. Elementor Pro is very powerful for WordPress, has lots of design options. If we go back over here, let me just, let's say I was adding a section. I press a little plus button here and I want to do, so I had a structure, plus button up here, these elements here. There's so many things in here. Let's say I added an accordion in, and that's going to let me, this is what basically your FAQs down at the bottom is. Or add an image carousel. I want to put some images, put them on a carousel. Click this, select some images. I'm going to select all my country bears. Create a new gallery, insert gallery. And now I've got an image carousel of country bears. So that's something you can, and full, maybe not that large, medium large. And you can edit the sizes on these, the styles, size of the arrows, size of the image, everything it should be doing. Center them all. All this can be done. I'm going to make that section go away. So there's a lot of cool things you can do, and I can go more in depth in them. Just ask. I'm happy to do it. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Well, thank you for hanging out with us today. Again, Voyago Sites. I'm Justin Hinkle. We do this office hours every Wednesday. So I will talk with you again next Wednesday. And in the meantime, join the Facebook group, and I'll talk with you in there. Have a great day, everyone.